September 23rd, 2016. This is Fuji Kawaguchiko, a small town that features Lake Kawaguchiko in central Japan. Runners have gathered here to embark on a grueling journey. 1,400 people have come from 39 countries and regions.
From China. Shanghai.
Hola. Hola. Hola.
They are about to begin the Ultra Trail Mount Fuji, or UTMF. Asia's longest trail run. It will take them on a loop around Mount Fuji, Japan's highest mountain and World Heritage Site. This 100-mile ultra trail race is more than 160 kilometers long. It began in 2012. Participants navigate rugged mountain trails by day and night. It is one of the toughest races on the planet, which is why it was selected to be part of the Ultra Trail World Tour. Some of the best runners in the world are taking part this year too. 2 new entrants are being talked about as potential winners. One of them is American Dylan Bowman. He's come in first in several long-distance runs in the US. And he also won an Australian race last year. The favorite, though, is Xavier Thebna of France. Xavier is a 2-time winner of the Ultra Trail du Mont Blanc, or UTMB, one of the most famous trail races in all the world. He has been labeled the world's best trail runner. This is the first time Xavier has come to Japan. He goes through an elaborate warm-up before the race. For him, winning is the only option.
Eh bien, parce que il y a plusieurs choses. C'est parce que déjà, c'est une course mythique avec le mont Fuji. Ça fait partie du World Tour, donc il y a souvent de la densité au niveau des coureurs. Donc c'est ça qui m'intéresse aussi, comme je suis compétiteur, c'est de venir sur des courses où il y a de la compétition. Et...
Est-ce que tu as confiance par rapport aux montagnes japonaises?
J'ai fait 2-3 repérages, ça m'a l'air sympa. Hein.
But just as the UTMF is supposed to begin, the participants get some disappointing news.
スタート遅れてショック。ショック。
いやー、参ったな。
早くスタートしたかったんで緊張するんで。
The race was scheduled to start at 1 p.m., but the time has been pushed back to 3 p.m. The reason? Rain. A typhoon blew through several days ago, but heavy rain continues to fall around Mount Fuji. Several parts of the course have filled up like mini rivers. In the deepest places, water is waist high. Some of the towns along the way have also issued heavy rain warnings. According to UTMF rules, runners cannot pass through areas under such warnings. Organizers collect data and hold talks before the start.
正規の大会に1時間前に警報があるっていうのは普通は中止にするでしょうっていう読むのは安全側にとったら普通の考えです。
To cancel or go ahead, the final decision rests with Tsuyoshi Kaburaki, overall race committee director.
計測上それはできる。
Tsuyoshi is a professional trail runner, considered to be Japan's fastest. He's won many international events. He came in third at the 2009 UTMB. His next goal was to become #1 in the world. But the following year, the race was called off at the halfway point because of bad weather. His dream shattered, Tsuyoshi seemed almost shell-shocked. That scene and those memories still haunt Tsuyoshi. 2 hours later, the new start time approaches. The rain has stopped at Lake Kawaguchiko, where the race starts, but the course remains dangerous elsewhere. Tsuyoshi doesn't want the race to start, only for it to be suddenly called off midway. He makes a decision.
現在、コース上で大変多くの雨が長期にわたって降っております。それを受け、重大な決断を私はしましたので、それを発表したいと思います。UTMF は A3 ふもとまでの49キロレースに短縮します。
So the UTMF has been shortened to 49 kilometers, finishing at A3 Fumoto.
せっかく世界中から集まっていただいたのに、富士山一周の旅ができないのトレイルランナーである私自身、本当に断腸の思いです。
I know that many of you have come from all around the world, and as a trail runner myself, this has been a very, very painful decision for me to make.
No longer a race around Mount Fuji. The course now stops at the 49-kilometer mark, just ahead of the danger zones. That's less than 1/3 the original distance. These athletes have gathered from around the world to take part in a 100-mile race.
We'll come back next year to run.
They've accepted Tsuyoshi's safety-first decision.
C'est ce qu'on vient de se dire, c'est que c'est dommage pour nous en tout cas, parce que d'aller au bout de la planète pour courir 45 bornes, on est un peu déçus forcément. Après on se dit qu'il y a des gens qui font le tour du monde aussi pour aller courir 100 mètres, alors on relativise comme ça.
すごいもう痛いほど分かるんでね、気持ちが160キロ用意してきたのに、わずか50キロで終わるなんていうのは本当にいやすごいなんていうか辛いだろうし、申し訳ないです。まあでも無事にね終わらせることが大切なんで、本当に気落ちしてばっかりいられないと思う。
Then, at 3 p.m.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start!
The UTMF race, shortened to 49 kilometers, has begun. Soon after the race starts, Dylan and Xavier take the lead. With the race cut short, they sprint off from the beginning. After they pass by the lake, they begin the first mountain climb. Dylan takes the lead as they join the mountain pass. He's already plotting his path to victory. Though he is fastest on the road, he thinks Xavier will have the edge on the trails. Xavier drops back slightly on the climb, but he speeds up on the descent and chases after Dylan. The pair's battle has raised the overall pace of the race above expectations. Japanese athletes race to try to keep up the pace, but
速いです。速いです。なんか全然スピードについていけないっす。
there are aid stations along the way to provide water and food. The first one is Shojiko at the 20-kilometer mark. Dylan gets there first. He just fills up with water. Xavier arrives next, just 11 seconds later. When he sees Dylan leaving, he sets off in pursuit without getting water. However, they can't find the exit. The two men leave roughly at the same time. "246 women are also taking part in the UTMF. They're locked in a high-speed race too. Brazilian Fernanda Maciel is in the lead. She's entered this race 3 years in a row and regularly takes a top spot. With powerful strides, she speeds past a male competitor. In hot pursuit is the Japanese runner Yuko. Couple strides, she speeds past a male competitor. In hot pursuit is the Japanese runner Yuko Kamoe, who used to be a long-distance track and field runner. She's done well in several trail races in Japan, but this is her first UTMF. As with the men, the top two women enter the aid station at roughly the same time. Just as they leave, Yuko steals the lead from Fernanda. But soon after, Fernanda takes first place again, and the dead heat race continues. The UTMF started late, so night falls on the mountain 3 hours after the start. At the lookout point on the second mountain, the rain continues to fall and the athletes start to struggle in the darkness. With the rain, the cold, and the fast pace, many athletes get leg cramps. This is the second aid station, Motosuko. Yuko has arrived, but she has fallen behind Fernanda and seems very tired. Though the distance is shorter, this high-speed race in the rain is taking more of a toll on the athletes than expected. Then, another setback. The course is shortened again. The incessant rain has led to landslide fears in one location, so the finish line has been pulled back by about 5 kilometers. The race is now 44 kilometers long. The new finish line is the Asagiri Highlands. The staff and volunteers rush to set up the finish line. The first person to arrive at the finish line is Dylan. He drew away from Xavier at the middle stage and kept his lead. The finish line is still not set up when Dylan arrives.
Congratulations! That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry for the game. It's okay, now I can go to sleep. Okay. Thank you.
Xavier arrives next, just 2 minutes later. Who knows who would have won the 160-kilometer race? But this is how the 2016 UTMF ended this time.
Ça fait bizarre dans la tête, hein. Tu pars pour faire 170 bornes, une course de 20 heures, et puis au final, tu fais même pas 4 heures. Bon, c'est comme ça. On y retournera.
Third place is a dead heat between 2 Japanese runners. Satoru Suga has finished 4th, a huge improvement on 60th place last year. But he hasn't achieved his goal of circumnavigating Mount Fuji.
UTMF の100マイルのために1年間やってきたんで、せっかくやってきたよ。もう50キロで終わっちゃうんだなと思ったんですけど、順位というよりは今の自分の力しっかり出せたなっていう点で満足してます。
In the women's race, Fernanda managed to keep the top spot. Yuko lost momentum and finished 11 minutes behind her, but still she came in second. The other participants roll in. Overall race committee director Tsuyoshi Kaburaki continues to greet them in the rain.
Thank you.
本当スタッフの皆さんのおかげで50キロまで走れて。
ほんまに。いや、十分楽しませてもらいました。
Yes, I live in Kenya. Yeah. Sure? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You made the right decision. Well done. Thank you.
It's 2 a.m. when this tumultuous UTMF finally wraps up. Another race starts on day 2. This is the Shizuoka to Yamanashi, or STY, a 72-kilometer course that traces a half circle around Mount Fuji from south to north. It's cloudy this morning. The race will hopefully get off to a better start than the previous day's competition. But rain begins to fall before the noon start. It soon turns into a downpour. Then the thunder starts. The athletes are growing concerned this race might be pushed back too. However, Tsuyoshi decides not to delay the start. The latter stages have recovered and he decides it would be more dangerous to stay put. The STY starts at noon, as planned. Participants can't usually take part in both the UTMF and STY. But with the UTMF cut short this year, Tsuyoshi gives the green light for people to take part on both days. Amid heavy rain, 1,200 runners set off toward their destination, Lake Kawaguchiko. One of the favorites is the Australian Vlad Excel, who finished 4th last year. He is in top form this season and has already won 50-kilometer races in Thailand and South Korea.
It's better now, less rain. It's a very beautiful trail. So much fun.
However, the first person to reach the aid station Tarobo is the Japanese runner Masanori Makino.
他の人たちロストしてます。ロストしてる？まっすぐ行ってると思う。ずっとトップでした。全然。途中で6番手ぐらいです。本当に。
Vlad and the other top athletes got lost in the heavy rain and fell behind. The Nepalese runner Sangye Sherpa reaches the aid station. He also ran the UTMF, coming in 9th. But today he's taking it easy and enjoying the local food at the aid station. These are Japanese soba noodles, but Sangye can't use chopsticks very well.
Can you eat that? Okay, fine. What happened?
The lead group reaches the aid station at the 40-kilometer mark. The rain has eased off here, and it seems the race can go on. But today's race has its own surprises.
Temporarily suspended now. The race is temporarily suspended, so you are called. You can take a rest, have a drink, and take a rest.
And when we start, do we start all together?
We will all announce later. Nothing has been decided yet.
あ、わかりました。これ終わりですか？いやいや、中断です。中断です。中断です。中断です。中に入ってください。行けって言われたら行きますけど。
Most of the runners are still back in the early part of the course. The rain continues to fall, and something unexpected has happened. The rainfall has started to form a mini river in the mountains. The torrent is heaviest at this rocky stretch. This place is usually dry and many runners have already passed through here. However, the water levels have risen quickly and conditions now resemble a flash flood. The flooding has stopped around 400 runners from going any farther. With the threat of thunder also looming, officials at race headquarters decide to temporarily suspend the STY. Then, 50 minutes later.
本日の STY2016 はですね、悪天候のため、中止となりました。それぞれのエイドで、レースを終了をしていただいております。行かせてよ、もう。なんだよ、もう。
The athletes end the race at the nearest aid station. The competition was cut in half, so neither the rankings nor the times have been recorded.
残念ですけど、少しでも走れたことに感謝したいと思います。
しょうがないですね。ここまで来れて、そうここまで来れてよかったです。また今度来ます。
And with that, the race is over.
We're gonna be back next year if we're crazy again. We will be back. If we get crazy again.
The awards ceremony takes place the next day. Like a cruel joke, the sun finally comes out and beautiful Mount Fuji shows itself for the first time in days.
さて UTMF 女子1位はフェルナンダ・マセル。おめでとう拍手。
I'd like to say thank you so much for the organization. It was a great decision that everybody's here like safe and smiling is the best, and this is the good way for trail running. And thanks so much Mount Fuji-san to be here, protect us, and thank you for everybody. It was a great experience this year in Japan.
男子1位です。ディアン・バウマ
Yeah, well, thanks everyone for coming out. I'd like to echo a lot of what Fernanda said already, but the one thing she forgot to mention is that this morning at 4 a.m. we went up to the top of Mount Fuji, which was phenomenal, and something we couldn't have done had the race gone off as planned. So we got to go to the top this year, and hopefully we go around the whole mountain next year.
This year was the 5th Ultra Trail Mount Fuji. The weather was awful, but luckily there were no major accidents or injuries. Unfortunately though, the course was shortened and the race called off midway for the first time ever.
今回の UTMF は私にとっては本当に多分生涯忘れない大会になると思います。本当に世界中から来ていただいたのに本当に申し訳ない気持ちでいっぱいなんですけども、ぜひまた次回もこの富士山に来ていただければ私は本当に嬉しいです。ありがとうございました。
And I'd be very, very happy happy if you could please come back to Mount Fuji again. Thank you very much.
One week after the event, Tsuyoshi and the staff are patching up the trail after the rain-swept race. With luck, runners from around the world will be sprinting happily through this part of Japan next time at the UTMF.